So welcome back. In this video, we have Shreyas from BNY Mellon with us, and he's having all the tips and tricks to get you into BNY Mellon.
So, in our upcoming videos, we'll be covering more such stories, so stay tuned. I am Tanishk,
I am Madhav, and
and let's
let's get
get
started.
started.
So hey Shreyas, welcome to the podcast. Super excited to have you here. Let's kick things off with a quick introduction. Tell us about your college, your branch, and how you ended up into BNY.
Yeah, myself, Shreyas. I'm from PICT Pune, from 2024 batch. I did my major in computer engineering there, and I was placed on campus in BNY.
Nice. So BNY Mellon is a top tier company, and many students dream of joining that. So was it always your goal, or did you consider other options as well?
I mean, it was a dream company among other companies that I aimed for. Uh, Also, it was the second company that visited our campus. So, yeah, getting placed in a second company, coming to campus is always a relief. So, yeah,
Which one
it
was the
was
first
one of it.
company? Like, which company visited your campus before BNY?
It was phone pay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So was it hard for you to not getting placed in PhonePe?
Uh, I mean, I wasn't able to solve one of the questions in OA due to maybe order of the questions or something. And yeah, I don't regret it. I mean, yeah. So I mean, it was second company. I had to start preparing for BNY. So I focused on BNY after PhonePe's OA.
Okay.
Nice. Also, how did your family react if when you got the offer?
Uh, yeah, they were happy. I mean, I called them, told them I was placed, and yeah, they were uh, happy as every parent is.
And did they understand what BNY is like, or did you had to explain that okay, BNY is also a nice company. It's very much like a dream company for many students.
Uh, uh, yeah, I told them it's Bank of New York firstly, so they knew it was something from New York. It must be a multinational company, and yeah. Also, then I told them about the package they gave, so yeah, they were happy.
So let's understand the hiring process a little bit. So can you shed some light on hiring process? So you said it was through campus placement, right? So is there any way we can apply it on off campus as well?
Uh, yes, actually, uh, one of the students from our college itself applied for it through cold emailing the HR, and then he got OA link, and then all the rounds happened, and he was placed in BNY through that process as well. So you can do that. If you are a female candidate, there is Code Divas conducted by BNY every year. So that is also one way to get into it.
Code Divas.
Yes.
Okay.
So, did
Wow.
he went through the interview process twice, or like was he not selected in the first round? What was the case?
No, he was not in the on-campus placements. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
he
Okay.
was not selected in all.
Got it.
Okay. And so what kind of rounds were there? How many rounds were there? And like, can you just give a breakdown of your interview rounds?
So there were four rounds. First one was online assessment test, which had four questions in it, 90 minutes time limit, lead code style. Second round was technical interview. Then third round was also a technical interview, mainly focusing on core concepts of computer science. And fourth was technical plus managerial round. And there was no HR round as such.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, all of these in a single day itself.
Oh,
We were sitting in a hall, and then uh, after every round, everyone would come out and they would say to some of them that you are not selected, kind of. So it was
oh.
stressful.
And also people like, kya pucha, kya pucha, kya pucha.
हाँ मतलब वो तो था ही।
So
Okay.
coding rounds are like basically huddle usually in every company. So what type of questions were asked? Like were they basic DSA DP graph questions or like what topics were asked?
So the questions were uh, one easy, two medium, one hard question. Uh, Mostly they were on common topics that you mentioned. Uh, so implementation, constructive algorithms. Then there was one related to merge sort and other related to priority queue. So data structures, TP was asked.
And
Okay.
how much time was given? Uh,
90 minutes.
okay.
90
So
minutes of
was 90 minute the correct time, or do you think that it could have solved in a lesser time, or more time was needed?
I mean, it's a sufficient amount of time for solving the questions that were given.
Okay. Okay.
So how many competitive programming problems you had solved before the interview, considering like all the platforms, Code Forces, CodeChef, Lead Code, and which platform helped you the most?
Combining all of them, I had around 2000 plus problems solved. Uh, and I think one which helped the most was Code Forces because
Hmm.
uh, the questions are relatively harder there. So when you go to other platforms, you see that questions are much easier. So you get lead code questions easily solved. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah. Also, Striver Sheet was also one of the, I would say, a good resource. Just before placement, revising all the concepts.
Cyber cheat sheet.
Yeah.
And when you started with the competitive coding, what was like the first platform you started uh, programming on?
I started with Code Chef actually.
Okay.
During my first year, it was lockdown. I saw some YouTube video and then just wanted to try out what it is. So I started on Code Chef, liked it. Then I moved to Code Forces gradually,
Mhm.
and after which I started doing Ad Coder once I was into CP. Then during the final 6 months before placements, I switched to Lead Code, where I could practice all the problems that were asked in interview, mostly commonly.
Okay.
Okay. So, uh, you said that there are four questions in the coding round, right? One was easy, two was medium, and one was hard. So, were you able to solve all of them, or like basically what was the criteria of the company that at least how many questions should be solved to get into BNY?
Uh, I solved three questions completely, and the fourth question I solved some 9 out of 12 test cases. So you could say 3.5 questions. And minimum criteria for our college was 3 questions minimum. So those
Okay.
who solved three and above were selected. I think it depends on college to college. So how many students, if so many students solve all 4 questions and uh, they select, they have a number of candidates fixed which they want to select. So
Got it. So let's move into technical round a bit. Uh, and so once you pass the coding round, uh, tell us a little bit about technical interview process. What was asked? How like in all the three rounds? Let's talk about the second round first. So how many questions were there, and what kind of questions were there?
for second round, I was asked a question for write a pseudo code for generating all possible permutation and combination for a given string. Uh, the interviewer expected me to write a pseudo code and explain it to the interviewer. So
Hmm.
that took around 15-20 minutes. Uh, and after which I was asked about my previous internship, which I did, uh, what kind of challenges I faced there, what were my learnings, then into my DSA and CP journey, questions related to that. So that was about the first round.
So, when you're solving this coding problems, like what approach you follow? Like you start with greedy, or like you directly jump on any algorithms or something like that. Like, what is your approach to solve any competitive coding problem in interviews?
I try to analyze the question and see, I mean, what kind of strategy fits into that problem, whether I can solve it through greedy or it would need DP. Uh, we need to analyze according to the question. And if I'm kind of, let's say, stuck in an interview, I would then ask follow-up questions. How we can do this, or can you explain a bit more? Then interviewer might give you hints which will help you to solve the rest of the question.
Correct, correct.
Correct.
Or were there any particularly tricky or unexpected questions?
uh, so I mean, I got one in the third round. Question was, uh, there was one question to evaluate some string, but the interviewer wrapped a story around it and asked it to me. So I was not able to understand that this is the base question due to
Correct.
the story, maybe. Then I asked him to clarify a bit more. And then after he gave me some hints, I was kind of able to decode that this is the question. Then after which I solved it.
Nice, nice, nice. And did they also ask about your project in your second interview, or was it part of third one?
It was part of third one.
Okay. So, like in the third one, what kind of questions were asked, like related to your project?
Okay. Uh, so they asked me, how could you have done things differently now? What are the new features that you would have added? Uh,
Correct.
Then they asked what were your learnings. Also, it was a team project, so they asked some questions about managing the team and
Mm.
how work was assigned, how you were able to, uh, I mean, merge all these work together and work efficiently, etc.
And were all questions were asked related to your resume? Like what all things you mentioned in resume?
Yes. So whatever I mentioned in my resume, that was asked thoroughly in the third round. So
Okay.
they, I think, wanted to ensure that whatever is in resume, that is what I did. So
So
uh,
basically,
one tip,
you were the one who was driving the interview round, depending upon your resume.
yeah, you could say that. So yeah, you should, I mean, put the genuine things in resume and uh, uh, put in the things that are that you're mostly strong in. So yeah, you could drive the interview.
Correct. And so when you said that you were asked DSA questions and string related questions, so was it into a laptop, or maybe they given you some like a PC to code on, or you were solving that on a whiteboard or a paper?
Yeah, for first round, I was solving it on paper, and for second round, I was coding it on laptop to a shared ID with interviewer. Uh, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. There were some students who were asked to code in first round as well.
Uh, just clarifying, first round here means first technical round, right? Not the
First
coding round.
technical,
Correct.
yeah,
Okay.
first technical.
So
Cool.
in the second technical round, you were asked questions, and you were also asked to code in the laptop with this and sharing the same ID with the interviewer. Okay, nice. And that is the exact time when you were asked that tricky question.
No, it was in the third technical round.
Okay, third technical round. So third was mostly managerial and technical, right? So
Yes,
were there technical questions as well?
yeah, there were some technical questions. As I mentioned, the tricky question was the question
Oh,
of evaluating mathematical expressions. So you are given 1 + 2 × 5, something like that,
okay.
and you had to evaluate the final. It was a stack-based question, and after which I was asked to pseudocode for doubly linked list. Uh, so those were the technical questions. Then he went ahead with managerial questions there.
So what kind of like managerial questions were asked?
Yeah.
Walk us through
Uh,
like few of your managerial questions.
so it was like he asked, how would you handle a difficult situation? Let's say you're working in a team and you're not able to uh, communicate properly, or maybe one of the team members is not working as much. Uh, how would we cope up with this situation? Then
Behavioral based.
conflict related uh, situations. So uh, how would you handle conflicts in team? After which he asked, what are the toughest time in your life? What was the happiest time in your life? You would get these questions, mostly standard questions. You would get them uh, uh, everywhere on the internet. So yeah, mostly these are the questions that are asked. You can prepare for them beforehand sometime.
Cool, cool.
I
And
would,
any key takeaways for students preparing for this behavioral or HR rounds?
uh, yeah, I would say just prepare a story for like every situation. You should have a story that you can answer. Uh, so you can go through the questions beforehand and then prepare a story around it and align it to it.
Basically, you should be ready with your own script before the interviews with all the basic questions covered.
Yes, that I would suggest. And even if there is some new question, you can maybe fit it into the story of your own. So just make sure that story is uh, real.
Great,
It's
great, great.
so that you can answer any further questions on it.
So let's jump into salary and offer insights. So could you give us some insights into salary package and perks which BNY offered?
Uh, yeah, you can get the estimates on Glassdoor or other sites on the internet. So
So
it's mostly to.
based on our market research, we found out that the salary BNY offers for a tier 2 candidate is around 90 to 21 lakhs, and for tier 1 colleges it's around 25 to 27 lakhs. So how true is that?
Yeah, I would say that is a good estimate.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. And let's jump into the preparation strategy and resources you referred while your entire journey. So, like for students who are aiming to crack BNY, what would your ideal preparation roadmap look like?
Yeah. For BNY, I would suggest focus on core subjects mainly. Uh,
Hmm.
OS, OP, DBMS is very important here,
Hmm.
and DSA. So with these four, the core subjects, you could ace each and every round. Also, try to make some projects that you can talk about uh, uh, and make some team projects or participate in some form of hackathons. You
Hmm.
can gain project insights from there as well.
Got it. Got it. So basically for coding rounds for companies, basically all the questions are available on Lead Code. So for students who are preparing specific to companies, so should they focus more on Lead Code instead of core forces and code chef? Like initial basic 2 years, 1 to 2 years, they can practice on code forces and code chef just to build their logic around the questions. But how important are code forces and code chef for the exact company questions?
Uh, One great resource I would suggest for exact company questions would be Lead Code Discuss tab. You could go there and
Mhm.
search for company's name plus OA. You would get, pretty similar questions there. You could get the pattern, if not similar questions. Uh, I would say just doing lead code is also fine as long as you are able to solve the lead code contest that happen weekly or bi-weekly.
Okay,
It's just that competitive programming makes it easier to uh, solve those questions. But if you are just doing lead code, that is also fine.
So if you have 30 days to prepare for an coding round, what resources would you more focus on? Like what kind of topics you'd more focus on?
Uh, okay. For coding round, I would suggest I would firstly go through all the resources that are already available under the company's name on internet.
Mhm.
Uh, Search company name plus interview questions or OA questions. You would get a list. Sometimes you would get same template of the questions. Uh, Sometimes you would get very similar questions. I would say I would go on Lead Code and solve maybe Striver sheet. Just take a look through it and yeah, the company questions as well.
And
That
in
you
your preparation roadmap after coding, like for aptitude and reasoning, did you practice separately or did you use any platforms?
for aptitude and reasoning, I didn't focus that much.
Mhm.
So yeah, not aware of any platform, but there are plenty of resources on internet available.
So for soft skills, did mock interviews play a role in your preparation?
Uh, I would say yes, you could practice with your friends or someone experienced. They would kind of give you a flow how you could go through the questions and make you more relaxed during the actual interview. So
Mhm.
you could answer more confidently. So you should give at least one or two mock interviews.
Nice. So how much important is the system design for a fresher who is appearing for BNY Mellon through campus placements? And did you refer any specific resources, any specific course or any book for system design preparation?
For BNY Mellon, I would say system design is not that important for fresher roles
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not aware of anyone from our college that was asked system design in BNY interviews, but for some other companies, there was system design. I prepared system design from Gaurav Singh's YouTube playlist. That I think was good enough for freshers.
Okay, got it, got it.
It was a very nice discussion. I also wanted to understand, like after placement, your current tech stack and current role in BNY Mellon. What do you do? What's your role and what tech stack if you work at, if you can share that?
Yeah. Uh, so BNY being a bank, I think most of the place students work on Spring Boot, Java, and Angular. Apart from it, there are some other things like data engineering, the stuff related to data engineering like Airflow, DBT, managing data flows and all that.
Because
Uh,
bank has
that
usually
comes
banks
with.
are having a lot of data, so data engineering and data science as well, maybe sometimes.
Yeah, data science is also one of
Okay.
the main roles in bank.
Okay. And uh, we talked about data science. I also wanted to tell you because the AI is coming and like everything is shifting to AI. What is the role of AI in your current role?
So currently, I mean, I use a lot of AI tools during my day-to-day coding practice. So I just tell AI, I mean, I formulate the approach and tell AI to code about this, and it gives me some code. I just put it in. So I don't have to remember exact syntax of any language. So once I tell him the approach, it will give you the code. So it makes life much easier.
So even for preparation, I guess AI is helping a lot of students. Since like you like treat yourself as a BNY Mellon interviewer and ask me questions, so it would go ahead and fetch all the questions for you. Maybe like would you suggest that, or like would you suggest still to go to the actual resources and then uh,
Yeah, I mean, it it is just aggregating all of the information. So it is
correct.
very easy to get the information. So you can do that, and then you would also get some links below there that it fetched from this research. You can just have a quick look to verify it's correct. And yeah, it would be very helpful in preparation.
Correct, correct. So before we wrap up, what is the one piece of advice who you would give to students who are preparing for BNY Mellon and want to get placed?
Uh, I would say uh, keep trying. Like don't think that it's hard. I mean, during placement, it often gets hard that we are not getting placed, and everyone around us is getting placed. So that is one hard feeling. So you can just keep working on yourself, keep working on DSA and all core subjects, go through all the resources, and I mean, you would get placed in any company. So don't lose your calm during the process. It's hectic process.
And you are the perfect example of it, because after the first company, you got placed in the second one, and you did not let the first company's defeat uh, enter into your mind, and you did not become depressed or something. You just cracked the second one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I faced this during my internship period. So yeah, kind of, it was long wait for internship.
Okay, so that was super insightful. Thanks a ton, Shreyas, for sharing your experience. I'm sure this would incredibly helpful for listener. Uh, and before we move ahead, we can have a rapid fire round if you have some more time.
Yeah, we can.
Sure. If yeah, so let's start the rapid fire round. If BNY Mellon has a tagline just for you, what would it be?
I would say bank of banks.
Nice, nice. And one thing you miss about your college life?
It is spending time with friends and spending time on things that you like. So you have to give time for office as well. So
Correct, correct.
that I miss.
And what is your go-to stress buster in an interview or before an interview?
Yeah, just don't think about the final result. Just go through the process and just don't think about the result. I think that would be a good stress buster.
Correct, correct. And uh, if you have to describe your first day at BNY Mellon, uh, how would it be? Like, can
Yeah,
you explain it in an emotion, maybe excitement or something like that?
yeah. I was. I mean, uh, very excited. Then I went there, and there was no place to sit uh, because the office was full of all the new hires. So it was kind of. I went there and no place to sit on the first day. What kind of company is this? So yeah, eventually it all set. Yeah,
Okay, so what?
eventually it was settled.
Yeah, so you said right eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool. If you have a superpower for coding, let's say, what would it be?
I mean, I would fix all the bugs with a snap.
Array, very nice. One thing that instantly makes a candidate stand out in an interview.
Uh, I would say uh, being honest with the interviewer. That is one thing that would stand out.
Yeah, so this was it. This is it, and thank you for sharing your experience. Wishing you all the best in your future.
All the
Yeah,
best.
thank you guys. Yeah, I
What was
mean,
your
it was.
experience here? How did you
Yeah,
feel after doing this?
yeah, it was pretty relaxing. I mean, nice to talk with you guys. I had fun.
Nice, nice. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe and drop a comment below. We would love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.